Everyone, my name is Donny Lowy from CloseoutExplosion.com. Hope you're doing well today. Today I'd like to discuss with you the importing of wholesale clothing from Africa. You know, there's a very big demand for wholesale clothing from the United States for consumers and for retailers in Africa, but there's also a demand for wholesale clothing from Africa in the United States. Now, that demand consists of Africans who they've moved from Africa to the United States and they want to wear more traditional clothing, or maybe they have a religious occasion or a social function where they want to wear African clothing. And then there's also a market of people who enjoy wearing different and unique clothing that might not be available in their own market. You can actually start a trend by finding a unique piece of clothing in Africa and bringing it to the United States. For example, Nigeria has a very vibrant fashion scene. You might contact designers in Nigeria, see what kind of clothing they're producing, and import some of their designs into the United States. And you can even get an exclusive distributorship where you represent that designer in the United States. And now if anyone in the United States wants clothing from that Nigerian designer, you'll be the only source for that clothing. You could do the same thing with designers in South Africa and Kenya, or for any country that matter. So you can import wholesale clothing from Africa, which is, let's say, more traditional clothing, or you can import clothing that is being produced by designers in Africa. And this way you're going to have unique designs, unique styles that might not be available in your country, whether you live in the United States, whether you live in France, whether you live in England, whether you live in Mexico. There's always a demand, especially from boutiques, for unique clothing that other boutiques don't have. So I definitely would recommend that you explore that market. Now, how do you get in touch with designers in Africa or with wholesalers in Africa? So there are definitely, there are directories you can use. You can also contact the embassies of the respective African country you want to deal with and ask them to put you in touch with their, commercial department, who will be able to give you a list of designers and wholesalers, because they want to help companies in their own countries develop economic opportunities. So that's another way to do it. And there's also trade associations that represent designers and wholesalers and clothing manufacturers in various African countries. All right, the next time you're in New York, please visit my warehouse. My website is CloseoutExplosion.com. Thank you and have a great day.